What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, last video, I was talking about the donkey unicorns and how they don't understand math and stuff and business and all that good stuff. We're going to talk about that because that's kind of an ongoing thing. But right now, I want to talk about how trash Spider-Man 2 is for PC. Now, here's the thing. Sony's trying to get that money from PC. But Sony doesn't understand the PC customer. They don't. They just want the money. They don't want to do the work involved to satisfy the customer of the PC. Because PC gamers want their games to have 1,000 million pixels, have 59,000 frames per second. Listen, they're going to buy a 5090 to max everything. They don't need to buy a 5090, but they're going to buy it anyway because they want to have top of the line graphics card to push the game as hard as possible. Now, when your game is struggling and pausing for like a second on a 5080, brand new card, Richard Ledbetter is sitting there, it's just very dissatisfactory. Basically, it's very understanding that I don't understand. That's not words. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, it's very disappointing how, these games, Nixies is a very good studio. And it was trash. Now, what I think is happening, which is we have to pay attention to the quality of PlayStation efforts, let's just say, because they need money and they are short on money. They've wasted a lot of money, so they try to save money. That's the whole reason why Hiroki Toki is the boss now, to save money, right? And in saving money, the deadlines get cut a little shorter. The port studios have a little bit less time to make the ports nice, so the quality will be diminished. The quality will go down on PlayStation efforts, whether it be ports, whether it be actual games and stuff. You're gonna see that. We're seeing it now live in Nixies used to be the best. Now they suck a lot. They suck a lot of things. Sometimes sucking is good depending on the sucker and the sucky. I don't know how that, but you know what I'm saying. But in this case, sucking is bad. And so when Ant-Man ain't got no textures, I'm like, what? She look weird, When there was glitches on the PS5 version, but this is different because this is like frame pacing and it's like stuff that shouldn't be happening on a PC, right? And then I don't think Pisser is even used on the PC version because technically they don't need it. They use DLSSR. I think they're using 4, the Transformer model or whatever. And that's it's giving problems because I think what's happening is that Nixies is trying to, I think Nixie tried to kind of, I don't want to say brute force, but kind of brute force that version, the PS5 version. I don't know if they wanted to use the PS5 Pro Pisser version over to PC, and obviously it doesn't translate because we all know that Microsoft version of game and Xbox versions of games are very close and they're easy to port back and forth. PlayStation, not so much. And it is a symptom of the PlayStation 5 architecture. They first made the game for that. And so the I/O and all that stuff. So they have to retool, excuse me. They have to retool all those things in order to optimize it for a PC, which the I/O is different. It's slower, basically. Even though it might have SSD and all that stuff, it's still slower. And I mean, is that good for PlayStation and bad for PC? I mean, it's bad for PlayStation because then PlayStation becomes a bespoke machine. So looking into the future, right? If Microsoft adopts this kind of one version, PC version, the Xbox version, PC version works on the Xbox, right? Then there's no issue with the dev teams to say, oh, we need extra time and money and resources, manpower to port it over, so it's not going to go. We're going to just concentrate on it. Then that doesn't happen because they're making a PC version. That's the version. It's the version. They don't need. There's no problem. But how, if you want to talk about history, PlayStation is going to make a bespoke machine, and what I think is going to happen is that, I mean, this is a possibility. It may not happen, but if it does happen, it'd be bad for PlayStation. So, PlayStation makes a PlayStation 6, if that happens. And it's bespoke. It's not easy to go from PlayStation to PC. That's why you got to buy a whole team to port the games, right? If that's the case, and Microsoft adopts a method of one version works everywhere, PlayStation's in trouble because these devs are going to make the PC version, and then that PC version works for Xbox. And so they're like, we're good. And then they'll be like, we got to make a bespoke PlayStation 6 version. And then probably a PlayStation 5 version because there's so many of those, blah, blah, blah. Then PlayStation becomes the Xbox Series, the Xbox Series S of that generation because it's an outlier. It's not easy to build for and all those things. Unless they make it just like the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 6, which makes the PlayStation 6 a PlayStation 5 Pro, or a PlayStation 4 Pro. I think I got enough. Yeah. Who knows? I mean, the Pixeltech 5 Pro Tato is really it's a disappointing $700 don't waste your money machine. I mean, it's really bad. Because it's like I'm looking. They're like Spider. Oh no, what game was it? They were talking about the Digital Foundry. I can't remember what game it was, but they were doing like all the versions. And like PlayStation 5 Pro version, it's crisper. It has crisper graphics, but that's it. Like performance is barely a couple frames. I'm like, $700, really? $700 for that? Y'all got scammed, man. Y'all got scammed. That thing's not gonna sell as well as the PS4 Pro. Not gonna sell as good. You notice they ain't say nothing about it. Anyway, so Spider-Man 2 sucks on PC. Nixus, I would say they didn't get enough time and money. I'm just gonna say that because usually when it comes to like whether it's VFX or games, if the dev team doesn't have enough time to fix everything, you're gonna have broken stuff. So I'm gonna say that, and that is a symptom of Concord being the worst game ever created by anyone in the history of planet Earth. But Sony gets the credit for making that one. Thank you, Sony, for making the worst game we've ever witnessed. Thank you. Us gamers will never forget. I'm gonna make a teach never forget. It's gonna be Concord. It's gonna be that lizard mohawk dude with hot sauce like that. Never forget Concord. I'm gonna put the date. When did it launch? And then it's like 8 days later, 10 days later. Oh my gosh. Dude, canceling so many games. Look, it's so hilarious. I was watching somebody, I think it was Reforge. It was somebody replying to Reforge and stuff. And how, I mean, Reforge is just, he's a goofball. Because he's sitting here trying to defend. He's trying to say, oh man, everybody's, all of these, Xbox, it's on a PlayStation. I can just play it on PlayStation. It's like, you all are stupid. Why are y'all so dumb? Why are donkey unicorns and ponies so dumb? You could try to defend your team all you want. You can do it till you're blue in the face. But it's not going to change the reality. The reality is the business of video games is the bottom line. The bottom line is business, right? And so I'm looking at the landscape. I'm like, Nintendo, I mean, who knows what the Switch 2 will do? I mean, so far so good. Everybody's feeling it. If the price is right and it's 100% backwards compatible, it's gold. People gonna buy it. It's gonna be good. It's always the third console or the second console in the console family, whatever. Or family's consoles of console. Anyway, the wild card is Xbox, because everybody's like, oh, well, they're going to make a handheld and they're going to do this hybrid, da, da, da. And those are rumors and stuff. But Microsoft hasn't really said what they're doing, right? This is all rumors and speculation, which is fine. I mean, if they're true, they're true. I mean, Phil wants to make a handheld. It's cool. Is it going to be the most powerful? I mean, Sarah Bond said that. But, I mean, how are you measuring this power? Are they going to do MPUs? Is it going to be super MPU? Or are they going to, what's the price? I mean, there's many different factors that can contribute or cause the success or failure of their next product. I think Microsoft is smart enough to predict that Sony will try to push out a $699 console, at minimum $699. Now, if they want to not lose any money, it still might be $699, because I don't think they're coming out next year at 2026. I would say earliest 2027 for PlayStation. And if Microsoft is smart, they'll do 2026. They'll do the whole 360 all over again, beat them by a year, have a whole year by themselves. Because if it's, you know, to be believed, this year is going to be the Switch, right? So if the Switch launches this year, Xbox launches 2026, PlayStation launches 2027, that's cool. Space them out, let people breathe, let people save up their little coins and stuff, little cans and bottles, and get everything. I mean, I'm not buying a PlayStation. There's no need. Just get this PC. Everything is up. Especially if the rumor is true that Xbox is making like the hybrid, whatever, so that it would have Steam on it. And I'm like, well, if it has Steam on it, and I ain't got no PlayStation, and the games will be better on that anyway, because Steam is blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And then by then I'll have a super powerful PC and it'll play better. It's changing so fast. A lot of people can't handle. Like Tim Dog multiplied by however many people. People are freaking out. People are crying, whatever. And I'm like, listen, if you're crying about video games and you got bigger problems, this is a hobby. It's fun to console war, but also the console war is over. And it's over because Sony's the only one participating in it. And you can't have a war with only one participant. It's not a war then. It's just you're just playing with yourself. The Play Dead station is playing with themselves. PlayStation's dead. Did I mention that? The reason why they're dead is because they have no game. It's like there's so many different layers and factors to the demise and death of PlayStation right now that like the ponies and donkey unicorns aren't seeing it. So they're trying to distract. They're doing distractionary tactics. They're trying to distract everyone or their fans or whatever by saying, "Yeah, we getting the Xbox games." I was like, you realize that if you weren't getting the Xbox games, y'all will be in even more trouble. And the fact that you're getting Xbox games is a problem for PlayStation, because if these Xbox games jump off like Sea of Thieves, Sea of Thieves isn't even the best game. Because I play Sea of Thieves. It's cool, but it's like, okay, it's cool. I mean, some people love it. Some people still play it today. And I'm not knocking it. It's cool, but I'm like, it wasn't for me. I mean, it's cool. You get on, you get in the boat, and you're like, the ocean is really cool. I mean, the ocean tech, I'm like, best waves. Best waves go to Sea of Thieves. But yeah, everything else, it's all right. But Forza Horizon 5, that was IGN's game of the year, right? I believe when it came out. That's gonna blow these ponies' mind. I don't know. They should be able to play that. It's an arcade racer. They'd be all right with that. You know, I know they're a little slow when it comes to playing video games, but here's the thing. So, you know, we've mentioned, the Xbox community, us creators, have mentioned that Xbox has Trojan horsed themselves, their games, into the PlayStation ecosystem. And with every successful Xbox game and sale is more money for Xbox. Yes, PlayStation gets their 30%, 20% in some instances, but 30%. But Xbox is getting 70% without having to build a console, without having to sell a console, without having to maintain whatever the infrastructure is for PSN and all that stuff. yes, they have the Xbox infrastructure, Xbox Live and all. I mean, Xbox. Is it live still, or what do they call it? Because it's Game Pass. I guess it's the cloud, just the cloud storage, because that's free with them. You don't have to pay for that, unlike PlayStation. But they don't understand that the infiltration of Xbox games into the PlayStation ecosystem is going to destroy and eat PlayStation from the inside out, and it's going to turn it's literally, if these games are successful, that means however many people bought those games on PlayStation, wherever else, but let's just say PlayStation. Let's say Forza Horizon 5 comes out, PlayStation, it sells 2 million copies. Let's just say. I mean, they probably sell more than that. This is a good game. 3 million copies. Sells more than Astrobot. Then the PlayStation casuals, who don't know about Game Pass, who don't know about this, they're going to start looking at these Xbox games. I'm like, oh, what is this? When did this come out? 3-4 years ago? Oh, there's a new one out? Oh, it's where's that at? PC Game Pass, Xbox? Oh, what's that? Oh, how much is it? Oh, it's cheaper than the place. Oh. See, I don't think Poison Lucky users don't understand, but these pony bots or whoever else who's Xbox fans who are getting upset about this don't realize that Xbox isn't doing their bangers, their pillar games day and date. Like the new Halo, whenever that comes out, that probably won't be day and date. They're gonna give PlayStation that old ass game from the Xbox One, the Master Chief Collection. They'll give you that. But like, here you go. I mean, people are still playing it, but they go crossplay, boop, boop, boop. It increases money for Xbox, and it's converting ponies and or it's converting the PlayStation casuals, and they're opening, because Xbox is smart what they're doing. They're putting all games as service games. The games I think Jim Ryan knew that Xbox was going to pull this, and so that's why he had like 12 games as service games on, lined up to be made, because he was like, we got to have those games, because if we don't have those games and then Xbox puts those games on PlayStation, everybody's going to be playing Xbox games. And that's what's happening. PlayStation players don't have games as service games from PlayStation to play. So Xbox is like, oh, we got some old, hey, Aaron. You're like, yeah. He's eating steak. He's always eating steak or something in the back. Man, put the steak down. Is there, you got some extra Sea of Thieves? No. We already did that. You got some extra Forzas in there? Yeah. We got a pallet. We got a pallet of Forzas over here. What do you want to do with them? I just send them over to Sony. Whatever. We charge them. I don't know. Whatever. We're just trying to get some MAU. Like. So they're probably gonna cross over 600 million MAUs. Meows. I'm gonna call them mouse from now. We gonna cross over 600 million mouse. I'd just say like around 50 million from PlayStation. Maybe. Well, no, not really, because it's only PlayStation 5, and they're front with the numbers. So maybe 30 million. But anyway, the strategy is sound. And it doesn't hurt Xbox. It's hurting these pony bots' feelings because they're children, but it's not hurting Xbox. It's actually beneficial to Xbox. You listen to Phil Spencer, he's like, it's better for the studios, it's better for the company, it's better to get money. Satya is not on down yelling at me every day. Everybody's happy, except for these fanboys who are dummies. And nobody cares about them. I mean, that's the bottom line. And like I said, I always said, I want the industry to continue. And this is a way for it to happen. But anyway, I appreciate you answering. Let me know in the comment below what you think about Spider-Man 2 being the worst piece of junk Nixie's ever made. Concorde's dead. PlayStation's dead. All those things. You know what I'm saying? There's layers to this. Shout out to Dark. DarkDog18985295. He did a video with the play. That was pretty fun. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. And I'll catch you on the next one. Tilt the weight.